show. A bit better when the mic's turned on. Hey, welcome back to another MORFIT workout. It's our light weights workout today. Grab some light dumbbells. If you only have kettlebells, give it a go. But it probably is going to be a little bit more appropriate for dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, water bottles, soup cans, you're not going to need a lot of weight for this workout. So if you only got like 5 pounds, 8 pounds or so, you're probably going to be just fine. It's mostly upper body based. We don't have a lot of rest. We got a lot of work with them, so don't worry if your weights don't go too heavy. I'm going to start us off with a little bit of a warm-up before we get into it. I just want to make sure we warm up our shoulders. Oh, I just saw your note there, Adam, about the 2 hours. I'm trying to figure out the whole scheduling thing. I put it for the right times on my computer in YouTube, but then when it says the live in so long, I know it's 2 hours off. This computer I set it on is actually, I think it's only 1 hour off. I've tried to change the time zone. The time zone's set to Winnipeg, so I'm not sure what's going on. The computer's off by an hour, YouTube's off by 2 hours. I'm setting it for the right time. I'll have to look into that and figure that out. So whatever the schedule says on the website is going to be the schedule you want to follow up on. But yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Adam. I am aware of it, and I will hopefully find a solution to that this week. All right, so let's get started here. Arm circles to begin. Nice big controlled and flowing arm circles. And let's make them a little bit smaller. All right, change directions, nice and big. I'll see if I can do some of the work with kettlebells here, just to give you guys some alternatives or how to hold the kettlebells. But I'm looking around, I'm trying to find my lighter kettlebells. I'm not sure where they've gone to. So we'll see. We'll do our best. All right, let's get into some jumping jacks here. This morning at noon, we did more of a body weight cardio and more so lower body workout. So we're going to be focusing a bit more on the arms or the upper body for this workout. All right, feet together. Bring the hands down towards the floor. Bit of a stretch in the back of the legs. Hands to the floor. Walk it out to a push-up or plank position. And drive the hips up to downward dog. Head goes between the elbows. Keep the knees fairly straight, heels down towards the floor. Kick the left heel up to the ceiling. And step it forward into a lunge on the left side. We're going to take our left hand, twist and reach up to the ceiling. Bring that hand down to the floor. Back knee up, step out with the left foot, step in with the right. Lunging on the opposite side, reach the right arm up to the ceiling. Bring that hand back down, step out with the right foot, back to downward dog again. And kicking the right heel up this time. Step forward back to the lunge on the right foot. We're going to slide the right foot over to the left as I reach underneath my right leg with my right arm. I'm going to slide the right knee down towards the floor. Hopefully you guys can see that in the camera there. Let me slide back a bit. So if this is my lunge, my right foot's going to come across to my left hand. Right hand goes underneath the right leg and drop the knee to the floor. Stretching out the hip rotators on the right side here. Okay, bring that step back up, step out with the right, step in with the left. We're going to go on the other side. So left foot walks over towards the right side. Slide the left hand underneath the left leg and let the knee glide down to the floor. Whew. It's time to clean this floor. I'm looking at the bottom of my foot here. It's not the cleanest. All right. Step back out. We're going to just push ourselves back into a squat position, nice and low. As low as you're comfortable going. Hopefully you're finding you're starting to get a little bit lower with these squats as time goes on. Okay, we're going to push our knees down to the floor in front of us. Kick the toes out back, behind. Sit down on the ankles, and we're going to lean back. Squeezing the glutes, push your pelvis forward, getting a stretch through the quads. If you don't feel it, drop down to your elbows. And if you want more, you can drop all the way down until your shoulders are on the floor, if you would like. Okay, kick yourself back up. Stepping back to that squat position. Hands back to the floor. Step back to a plank. And we're just going to do a couple side plank rotations here. So lift the right hand, twisting the body to face the right side. Right hand up in the air. This will be our position for one of the exercises today. Replace the right hand back to the floor. Rotate to the opposite side. Left hand up to the ceiling. Want to keep the body nice and sideways. Glutes strong, core strong. One more time per side. Left hand to the floor. Right hand up. And last switch. All right. As you listen to our first explanation of exercises, just get the wrists going into some wrist circles here. All right. So our formats today, everything is going to be 30 seconds. Nice and easy to remember. We're going to have 4 circuits to go through. Each circuit will have 6 30-second stations. Whether that's 6 different exercises, or maybe 3 exercises, left and right, left and right, left and right, that sort of thing. But we're going to be working for 3 minutes. Excuse me. After that 3 minutes, we'll have a 1-minute rest, and then we'll repeat the same block a second time before we go down to the next block. And that should be a 32-minute workout altogether. I will show you some of the exercises ahead of time because there's not a lot of time for me to explain them all in between rounds, and we don't have any transition time between exercises. So when it says 30 seconds, we're immediately going to go right to the next one. There's no time for us to set up or me to explain the next one. So I want to have you guys somewhat prepared before we get into it. All right, so our first round, we're going to have a lunge curl. So in a lunge position, and I'm just going to go through bicep curls for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to lift my knee up nice and high and go through lateral raises for 30 seconds, or I can hold it for 30. And then I'm going to kick back to a scale, and we'll do reverse flies for 30 seconds, or just hold. That'll be 90 seconds, and then we'll repeat those 3 on the other side. 1-minute break, then we do it all again. So for that one there, we could probably go with a little bit heavier weight. If you have a range of weights, grab something that you can do a lateral raise with, but you got bicep curls as well. So a little bit of a stronger circuit there. Our second one is going to be, this will be in like 12 minutes from now, so don't worry about it right now. But we're hinging over, overhead press from that hinged over 90-degree position. Then we're going to hold 90-90 for 30 seconds. So the first one is dynamic, and then the next one is just 90-90 holding. And then we're going to go down into the side plank, position from the elbow or the hand. And we're gonna do a dumbbell drop to 90 degrees and back up. We'll do 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the second side. And then we're gonna go into a bit of a funky one. So we're gonna go back to this lunge. The weight's low. I'm gonna pull my knee in and row up. And we're just gonna repeat that motion fairly quick. We can do this fairly fast with the weight because it's a lighter weight, but a very strong movement. 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Our third station, or third circuit, is gonna be core based. So we're gonna have our dumbbells. We're gonna drop down into a hollow hold and just hold this position for 30. From there, we're gonna go into a bit of a crunch and hold the weights out to the side in a fly, or lying back down if you need to. But try to hold a crunch if you can. And then our third one, we're gonna stand up and go into an oblique twist. We did this with the exercise ball last week. Just gonna hold a single dumbbell, and we're just gonna twist back and forth. The whole body twisting in the same direction. The longer the arms, the harder it is. The faster I go, the harder it is. And try not to go through a full range of motion. So think of about 45 degrees to about 45 degrees. We're gonna repeat those three a second time and then repeat that whole thing again. So it's like 4 sets of the core ones. And then our very last one is the simple 6. We've done that together. I'll remind you of it when we get there. That's already a lot to remember. Let's get this timer going. So we're starting with the lunge and the bicep curl. 30 seconds on one side. All right. Let's see if I've got some. All right. Here we go. I'm gonna do left leg forward and bicep curls on both sides. Try to make sure your back knee is not straight like this if you can. We want to have a bend in the back knee. That's gonna force the quads to do a lot more of the work. You can challenge yourself on how far down you go. And don't worry, the bicep curl is the easiest part of the exercise. Bring your right knee straight up in the air and lateral raises. Woo! Woo, there goes the balance. You can hold or do repetitions. Make sure the elbows stay slightly bent on these. We don't want to do these with locked out elbows like that. Keep the work in the muscles, not in the joint. Woo! 3, 2, 1. Kick your right leg straight back into a scale or hinged position. And now we're doing reverse flies. Straight out to the side. So try not to pull your weight back towards your hips. But we want that nice T position with the arms. Again, don't let the elbows lock out. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Left leg back, back to bicep curls. Once we get through this whole thing, we're gonna have a rest and then we'll repeat it all again. On the bell, we're gonna stand up, lifting our left leg up, or left knee up to the chest. Okay, stork stand, left leg up, lateral raises.
To declare yourself.
Control your weights. Don't let the knee drop over time. Want to keep it up.
To declare yourself.
Hopefully our balance is okay here. And we're gonna kick back to scale. And then reverse fly. You might even start to feel the shoulders getting tired already. It's not a lot of weight.
Yourself.
We're working for 3 minutes straight. Come on up. So 1 minute rest. The 1 minute's gonna feel like a long time for recovery initially. We'll probably start appreciating the minute as we go on. If you don't want to take full recovery, do some skipping for some sustained aerobic activity, or jumping jacks or burpees or something else like that. We're repeating those same exercises again, so there's nothing to really explain or show you. I'm contemplating trying this with kettlebells just to see what it's like, so I can sympathize a little bit better with those of you that have kettlebells. These are going to be way too heavy for the reverse fly, so I'm going to show a modification for the reverse fly when we get there, but these will be good for the bicep curls. All right, right leg back, left leg forward, lunge, and curl. So if you're using kettlebells, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just letting the kettlebell kind of rotate in my hand. That's too close. So the kettlebell's rotating and staying down. I'm not necessarily trying to lift it up like that, but you can do that. That'll make it a lot harder. That's a nice way to challenge yourself on things like bicep curls. All right, right knee comes up to the chest, lateral raise. Again, I'm gonna have to keep the bottoms of the kettlebells down so I have a looser grip on the kettlebell. Woo, as I do my lateral raise. Alternatively, I could just go into an overhead press, and feel free to do this with dumbbells as well. If you have heavier weights, then you can do more of these compound movements to make the weight more appropriate. All right, scale back. I'm going to show you a high row instead of reverse fly. So I'm going to bend my elbows, but I'm still bringing them out to the side. So I'm not coming back here. Unless my weight's really heavy, I might have to bring my elbows in by my side. But if it's kind of this too light or too heavy to reverse fly, but too light to do a regular row, that's where the high row comes in. All right, other leg. Left leg back. I think that's where we're at. Bicep curl. All right. I'm gonna work this side now. I think I got all those alternatives out of the way. 10 seconds. Full extension in the bicep curl. All the way up, all the way down. All right, left leg up. Store extend. Lateral raise. It's a little awkward for me, so I'm gonna press. Get ready to scale it out and reverse fly. Here we go. Whew. Losing my balance today. Almost there. There it is. All right. Grab some water. Okay, that's 2 full cycles, so we are done with those exercises. We're now going to go into our next circuit. So a reminder, we're starting off with a hinge. Hinge meaning butt out, knees are soft, and we're going to press and back in. So the movement is the same as a standard overhead press or shoulder press, but I'm pressing in a horizontal direction. The second exercise is the same idea, but I'm gonna stay here, just maintaining the 90-90 position. So elbow, shoulder height, weight out in line with the elbows, not in by my ears. And then we're gonna go down to the floor into a side plank and do those dumbbell drops. I'll remind you when we get there. All right, let's get ready for a hinge overhead press. Dumbbells by the shoulders. Hinge out, press it out. Bring it back in, and repeat. You need pretty light weights for this. If you find that's not working, you can always do a front raise and back down. You'll get a little more rest when you do them like that, because here you're always working. Whew. All right, 90-90 hold. We'll show it from the side. Try not to have the weights in by the shoulders. Want them out in line with the elbows. Whew. It's gonna be a tough round. We're on the floor after this in a side plank. You only need one dumbbell when we get there. All right, side plank from the elbow or the hand, that's your choice. From the knees or the feet. We're dropping the weight down and back up. Try to stop the weight at shoulder height before you come back up. On the bell, we're going to the other side. All right, switch it up. Quick switches. You guys keep going. I'm going to demonstrate the next exercise here while I got some time. So for the next one, we're in the lunge position. Whatever leg is back, that's the side with the weight. Start with the leg back and the weight low. I'm going to bring the weight up as my knee comes in. I'm just going to repeat. All right, come on up and join me. Right leg back, weight in the right hand. Knee in as you roll the weight up. Bit of a cardio exercise here. Keeping the weight on the front leg. Try not to lean back into the back leg. The lower you are, the harder it is. All right, switch sides, left leg back, weight in the left arm. A little bit of coordination on this one. Stay low. I am the heart bass creator. 10 seconds. All right, I'm gonna rest and we do them all again. Starting with the hinge overhead press. Grab some water as you need. That hinge press one, that killed me. Let's see how round 2 goes. Kettlebells. Sure, I'll try around with kettlebells. It's not really fair if I ask you guys to get creative and don't try it myself, right? So, I'm going to show a slight modification here with the kettlebell, just because again I only have a little bit on the heavier side, well, heavier light side, nothing really light. So I'm going to grab a single kettlebell in 2 hands in this position. You could also flip it upside down, it's up to you. I'm going to hinge down, and I'm going to do that overhead raise and back down. It's a little awkward to do the press because I don't want to hit myself in the face. So I'm going to do this straight arm variation instead. Stick with the dumbbells if you want. All right, for the next one, let's get a little creative. All right, just gonna hold the kettlebell over my head with the elbows bent. Not quite the same thing, but within the same family of demands. Yeah, some of the stuff is just getting made up on the spot. That's okay. Whew. What's after that? Side plank. All right. So if your weight's a little bit heavier, you can just hold it up here. You could do a press. It's a little awkward. Or if the weight's okay, you can still do your drop. I can't do that with this weight though, so I'm not going to demonstrate that. All right, other side. I'm just going to hold it. Still a good amount of shoulder work. Really needs to stabilize the weight overhead. The kettlebells will be fine on the next exercise. The running lunge there with the row motion, no problem. All right, come on up. I'm gonna do left foot back to start this time, just to change it up. Really try to keep your torso hinged over on this one. So try not to be too upright, but we're hinged over. That's just a better motion for the rowing. All right, other side. Here we go. All right, you guys keep going. I just got to check our computer here. Ooh. Adam, your cat's liking the workout. Get her a set of kitty bells, man. Get her going. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1, and take your minute rest. All right, guys, we're halfway through the workout. 2 circuits down, 2 to go. I've already showed this next one. This is our core circuit. Remember, a little bit different on this one. We only have 3 exercises. We're going to go through them 4 times. So the first and second rounds will not have a break in between. And then we'll take our standard 1 minute rest. And then we repeat it all. So first one, hollow hold is there. Second one is crunch flies. So get into a crunch and then hold the weights out wide. That's a really tough one if you have the upper back off the floor, if you try to get your shoulder blades off the floor. And then the last one is the standing twist. All right, grab your weights. If your weights are too heavy, you can just grab one. You don't need 2 on these ones. Hollow hold. Drop the arms and legs. Try not to let the legs touch the floor. Most importantly, keep the core strong by pulling the low back down into the ground. Keep breathing. If it gets too tough, you can bend your legs, pull the weights up, or just do one or the other. Come back down when you can. All right, weights overhead. Crunch the upper back off the floor. Fly it out and hold there. So now I'm in this T position. My elbows are slightly bent. Anytime we have these long arms out to the side, we do not want to lock our elbows out. So keep that slight bend. Let's see how close to the floor you can get the arms without touching, and see how high you can hold the crunch. If you're down here, you'll get good arm work, but not a lot of ab work. Crunch up, you're really gonna get it. All right, stand up. Grab your dumbbell. Strong body position. We're twisting 45 degrees to 45 degrees. So we don't wanna go slow, and we don't wanna go big. Fast and tight. We want to think of the obliques and the core forcing the body to stop and change directions. We only get that demand when we change directions fast. All right, we're gonna go back down. I almost forgot. Hollow hold again. Here we go. Remember, we're working the front here, not the back. So feel those abs working. All right, crunch flies. Oh, I did not show kettlebell alternatives. I apologize. So the fly is the same. For the first one, all I would have done is just held one kettlebell overhead here, because I would not have had the strength to hold these two. All right, stand on up. Oblique twist. Now this kettlebell is quite a bit heavier than the dumbbells I was using. So my dumbbells, my arms are really far out to create long levers. With this kettlebell, notice I'm really bending my elbows, shortening my lever. So if I go out here, it's going to be a little too much for me to resist. So I want to stay in control and feel the work. So I'm going to bend my elbows with that heavier kettlebell. Okay. Nice work. So that's 2 sets down. We'll take our 1 minute rest, and then we'll go again. Grab some water, get some skipping in. All right. I think I actually like that round better with the kettlebells. Just like that heavier weight on the flies. So I'm going to go and stick with them. Whew. Our kettlebells should be arriving in Winnipeg probably tomorrow. So if you're looking for kettlebells, check out whitelionathletics.com. They should be up probably on the website by Wednesday. All right, guys, let's go to our hollow hold. I'm going to do a single kettlebell until I get stronger. I'll just stick with one here. Here we go. Keep breathing. All right, crunch flies, right into it. Try to get that crunch up. If you don't feel the abs, you got room to crunch more. If you put strain on the neck though, then maybe just keep the head back and get the shoulder work. Don't worry about the ab work if it's straining your neck.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
Would you like to buy a hamburger? Okay, here we go.
I would like to buy a hamburger.
For anyone that's curious where I get most of my music from for these workouts, it's on SoundCloud. And I just take playlists from Burning Man. Usually it's pretty good. Every now and then there's profanity and I apologize for it. And every now and then someone tries to sell you a hamburger. Okay, on your back. Last time through, hollow hold. Crunch flies are coming up. Here we go. You could also keep your legs up on this one too to really spice up the ab work. I need mine down though, but challenge yourself more if you want. All right, stand on up. Oblique twist. Last time. Hopefully you guys are able to get this one to work for you. Not everyone can figure this one out. Usually people are going a little too slow, and you're not really going to feel anything. You're just going to feel like you're rocking the weight to sleep. That's it. All right. 1 minute break. And now the moment I've been fearing for the whole workout. We got our simple 6, guys. We did this a couple weeks ago. 6 exercises. All of them are just isometric holds. I'm gonna go as light as I can here. So, position 1. Excuse me, something in my throat. Position 1, zombie hold. Position 2, lateral hold. Position 3 is a lateral hold in the hinge. Position 4 is 90-90. 5 is actually movement-based, an overhead press or push press. And number 6 is that really funky bushwhacker or runner stand position. All right, here we go. Frankenstein, zombie. Give me a hug. That Dr. Evil from Austin Powers when he wanted to get a hug from Seth Meyers. All right, that's our first position. Try to keep the neck relaxed on these. And if you get tired on any of them, just bring your arms down, come back up. You can do repetitions as well if you need to. From here, lateral raise. See if you can just go one into the next without taking a little rest. My heart goes out to all of you that have long arms. These are not nice exercises for you. Or if you only have 8 or 10 pound weights, and you're probably already doing something different. All right, same position, but we're hinged. So hinge over, hold the weights out. And reverse fly if you need to. Just under 10 seconds, and then we're standing up to do a 90-90 hold. Woo. Woo. Can't stand up soon enough from that one. Okay, 90-90, elbows shoulder height if you can, not down here, and weights over the elbows, not in here. And breathe. From here, it's the overhead press or push press. You can use your legs if you need, or just do the arms. That's up to you. Press and back down. See how many reps you can do in 30 seconds. We're going to try to go for speed on these. It's not like crazy, still controlled, but try not to do them slow. Just consistent movement. Probably the best way to say it. 3, 2, all right. Both elbows at 90 degrees, one overhead, one in front of the face. Switch your arm position and repeat. The elbows stay at 90 degrees the whole time, and the elbow never goes below shoulder height, so try not to bring it down here. We get a 1 minute break, starting in 10 seconds. Keep the elbows in. All right. Shake out the arms, guys. We're gonna do that one more time. One more time through the simple 6. And then that'll be it. Whew. I feel like these workouts are going faster and faster as the days go on. Although it's only Monday, it's my first day back from the weekend, so I'll probably be saying the exact opposite by the time Thursday or Friday comes around. Okay. If you found it easy, you can feel free to try a heavier weight if you so desire. If you dare. I will stick with my massive 5-pound dumbbells. And maybe one day graduate back to doing this with 8s. Not today. All right, Frankenstein. Here we go. Last 3 minutes of work, guys. How's the audio today, Adam? Music to voice ratio? Maybe let me know at the end of the workout. I think we've almost got the audio figured out. Maybe as good as it'll get. All right, from here we're going into a lateral hold. Here we go. So there was just another announcement today that we have another 30 days of lockdown. So if you have a little happy face on your calendar when you think the gym's opening again, you can push it back till at least May 20th. All right, guys, bent over, reverse fly. Whew. I suppose that also means I'm not getting out of these live workouts anytime soon. At least it's warming up. My toes aren't frozen this time. Okay, 90-90. I forgot that you guys probably don't hear that timer very well anymore. So I'll try to do better at prompting how much time is left and when to switch. I gotta remember to start doing that because you don't hear the beep as well as I do. All right, going to the overhead press in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Less than a minute of work to go. Try to get the nice full range though, arms all the way up and then back down. Don't pause at the top, don't pause at the bottom. Just keep it going. Legs in if you need. And high runners. If you see anyone who actually runs like this, please take a video and send it to me. I would love to see it. Keep the elbows in. Watch the flaring out to the sides. If you can avoid it. 5, 4, 3, 2. That's it. You're done. All right, dumbbells down. Okay. Let's just do a couple arm swings here. Flush some of that blood and hydrogen buildup out of the muscle. All right, let's get some stretches in here. So left arm's gonna come up and over the back of the head. Grab the elbow, pull it across as you fully flex the left elbow. We're stretching our triceps here, which means this elbow needs to be bent. So try not to have it up here. You want to get the bend. All right, switch sides. Right arm up, grab that elbow, pull it across. Whew. What do we got? Tomorrow at noon, we are doing the bands and balls workout. Bands and balls. Okay, release the right arm. Let's head over to the wall. Stretching the pec out. Bent elbow, straight elbow on the wall. Your call. Press the shoulder and chest towards the wall. And then turn your torso away till you feel a stretch in front of the left shoulder. Release there. Let's head over to the other side.
It is time.
the angles of the arm as much as you like. It will change the fibers you can stretch. Come off the wall. And let's head into a trap stretch. So, to stretch out the left side traps, I'm going to think of my left arm as being really heavy. Pull the arm down to the floor. I'm going to take my finger pads of my right hand, place it just on the left side of my neck.
To declare yourself.
Put a little bit of pressure down, drop the right ear to the right shoulder, and slide the fingers down towards my collarbone. And that will just give me a little bit of an extra stretch through the fascia.
To declare yourself.
All right, that should feel nice coming through the left trap, left side of the neck. Woo. Woo. Try not to trip all over your dumbbells and kettlebells. All right, let's go to the other side. Release that. Right shoulder, really heavy, drive it down. Get the left finger pads over to the right side of the neck and drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Ooh, there's some tightness on this side today. When we're going through our stretches, guys, I'll typically spend the same amount of time left to right. Makes sense. But you may find that if you have like a left leg injury as an example, anytime we're going into stretches on the legs, maybe always start with your left side. And then if you feel like, wow, this stretch is really needed from the injury I have, just spend more time on your left side than on your right side. Or maybe do your left and do your right with me and then go back and do another round or another set of stretching on your left side. Just to try and get it back to where the other side is. For whatever reason, my traps on my right side are a lot tighter than the left today, so I'll probably spend more time stretching that after the video is over. That's it, guys. I'm just going to do some upper body stretches with you. That's it for today. Thanks very much for participating. We'll see you tomorrow for the bands and balls, and then tomorrow evening, 5 p.m. is going to be one of our higher intensity body weight workouts. So hopefully we'll see you there. Take care.